Right there, and welcome back. I've arrived here in Grasmere in the Lake District. I've parked in the lay-by on the A591 and I'm just heading off out for a hike and a solo wild camp. I'm currently walking along Greenhead Gill. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, today I'm looking at doing a camp up around the Heron Pike area. To be honest with you, I'm just making it up as I go along today. I've got no real plans, but what a beautiful day it is. It's Saturday today. I was originally supposed to come out for a camp yesterday. I took a day off work, but the weather forecast yesterday wasn't great. It was forecast for light showers, but today's forecast was a massive improvement. Like I say, it's Saturday today. The weather's absolutely fantastic. I think the forecast for today is to be clear, sunshine. The wind on top is supposed to get up to around about 20 mile an hour with 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts. Temperature, we're actually getting into double figures. I think it's 10 to 11 degrees. So spring has arrived. Oh, it's awesome. I love the spring months. Hear the birds singing. You've still got those frosty mornings, but then the temperature rises through the course of the day. I love it. Yeah, temperature today, it's actually really mild. I think in the valleys I've read on the Met Office site that the temperature is supposed to be between 15 and 17 degrees. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's get cracked on. Yeah, we've got a choice of two routes today. We can either go up via Stone Arthur, skirt round the bottom of Great Rigg, and then up onto Heron Pike, or we can go up via Alcock Tarn, up onto Heron Pike, possibly camp for the night, and then come back down via Stone Arthur in the morning. But we'll just see how things go. But yeah, I think I'm going to go via Alcock Tarn. I'll maybe have a spot of lunch up there, around the tarn, and I'll get some water while I'm there. We've just crossed the bridge there, crossing Greenhead Gill, and we're starting the ascent now, which will take us up to Alcock Tarn. Talking of Alcock Tarn, that's potentially another decent camping spot as well. I've never been to Alcock Tarn before, so something different. Yeah, the views are open up behind us now. Got Helm Crag there. Silver How over here. Just looking up there towards Stone Arthur. But we're heading up here, up towards Alcock Tarn. I may have to lose a lane in a minute as well, because I am starting to warm up a little bit. What a fantastic day. Came to a little junction here. If we turn right, that'll take you up to Alcock Tarn. But it's showing another path here straight on. Now, on the OS map, it does show you a route going directly up the side, up to Heron Pike. But yeah, this path here is clear, but up the side, there's nothing visible really, to be honest with you. And it looks very steep. I think I'll be giving that one a wide berth. Yeah. We'll head up this way. Yeah, just looking up to Heron Pike there now. I think that's Heron Pike there. And I think that's Heron Pike North top, which is the Wainwright, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I've walked them before. I walked them from, I think, down near Rydal. Walked up via Nabscar, which is just over here. Look at this view through here. Straight onto Grasmere. Absolutely stunning. Probably could have gotten away with wearing shorts today. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't come out yesterday. I was eager to get out now, but I'd have been kicking myself looking at the weather forecast today. And if I'd been up here last night in the rain, I'd have been wounded. Saying that, at least the weather forecast's right for a change. However, I've just been talking to a gentleman there. He's just been up on Stone Arthur, up on the Great Rigg, and come down via Heron Pike. And I asked him if it was windy on top, because the weather forecast does forecast 20-mile-an-hour winds. But he said there's nothing on top. Oh, that'll do me. Yeah, the view's opening up now. So starting over there, Stale Fell, coming round there, Helm Crag, or the Lion and the Lamb. Looking over there towards the Langdale Pikes. I've got Silver How in front of us here. I think this one just through here, I think that might be Pike at Blisco. You've got the Crinkles. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I can just say make out the top of Bowfell. And then over here, that'll be the Coniston Range. Yeah, this is a steep old ascent, this. Although it's only a short walk to Alcock Tarn, so if you wanted to bring the family up for the day, just take it steady away, you'll manage okay. Paths aren't too bad either. Wow, what can I say? Alcock Tarn, looking absolutely stunning. It's 11:30 now, so I think I'm going to stop here for half hour, an hour or so, have a spot of lunch and just chill out. Because like I say, I'm going to have a camp on Heron Pike, and it's only up there, probably an hour away if I just take it steady. So, got plenty of time. This is what it's all about, enjoying it. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Yeah, this spot here looks like a potential camping spot, but look at this, man. Some arsehole has scorched the ground with a fire. Why do you need a fire, eh? I think half of you need to give your head a shake. Wow. Look at that for a picture there. What a day, man. What a day. Right, I'm going to have the pack off for a bit, and I'm going to have a sarnie. Right, I need to filter some water. Well, that's the water filtered. So, that's my dinner. So, onwards we go up to Heron Pike and find a nice spot to pitch for the night. Yeah, looking down there now, we've got Rigg in view and Lake Windermere, and then just through the gap here, Coniston Lake. What a stunning day. Yeah, we've just got the slog now up to Heron Pike. There's a little bit of a haze in the sky, but nonetheless, still beautiful. Good to be out. And like I said before, doesn't matter how steep the walk is, one step at a time, and you will get to the top eventually. Just take your time. For us oldies like me, 52 this year, you know, getting on. Wow man, look at this. Absolutely fantastic. And just think, I could be sat at home on the couch watching the telly, couldn't I? Not likely. Not when the weather's like this. Got to make the most of it. Yeah, the wind's picking up a little bit there now, but I'm not bothered about that. I just love looking at all the fells from a different angle, like looking over in the distance here to the Langdales. Clearly see Harrison Stickle, Pavey Ark, Pike of Stickle. You can clearly see Bowfell in the distance there now, just there. The Crinkles, my favourite fells. Pike of Blisco, I've camped up there. And then the Coniston Range just over there. Rigg fell down here, and then just in the foreground you've got Silver How. Absolutely stunning. Anyway, let's get a move on. You'd think it was an early summer's day, not an early spring. Not complaining though. Just looking at Rigg down there and all the various routes going up to the summit. Camera won't pick them up, but there's loads of routes. I do fancy a camp up there at some point as well. Nice easy one. Knobscar's just over there. I've done it before, but I might have a walk over and get it again. Yeah, well, let's go. Right, so here we are, top of Knobscar, 450 metres. There's the views looking down onto Grasmere. Got a good view of Windermere now. Elderwater, Coniston. Yeah, I just checked the map there. That's Baystones over there. And just behind Low Pike and High Pike, we've got another Raven Crag, and Red Screes will be up there as well. Alright, got that thing to tackle now. Heron Pike. It's only about 1:15, so again, just steady away, get on top. I'll find somewhere to pitch the tent and I might just have a lie down and chill out. Wait for the top to clear, then get the tent pitched. Right, I don't know if you'll be able to hear us because it's very windy up here. I'm on top of the first Heron Pike. Here we are. It's 612 metres, and I think spot there was looking down on the Rydal Beck. There I'm losing my yard. This over here, that's called Blind Cove. I don't know if you can hear any of that. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the true summit, and I'll see if I can find somewhere to pitch the tent if it's not too windy. If it is too windy, then I might drop down to Stone Arthur. Hey lad, oh that's gone. Yeah, just check the wind speed back there. We've got a constant wind speed of about 26 miles per hour and maximum gusts of 36. So I'm going to see what it's like when we get over to the true summit of Heron Pike and make my mind up where I'm going to camp. I may need to drop down to Stone Arthur for the night, but it doesn't make any difference really, because that's the way I was going to go down in the morning, so it just means less walk in the morning to get back to the van. So here we are, top of Heron Pike True Summit, 621 metres. Just looking over here now, you can see Easdale Tarn's coming to view. I've mentioned all these ones earlier on. Coming round here, Low Pike, High Pike, Dove Crag, Hart Crag, Fairfield, Great Rigg, Seat Sandal. I'll be dolly wagon and going up on the Nethermost and everything. Fantastic views. I'm still in two minds about the camp over here. I'll carry on. I'm not going to go up the Great Rigg, I'll just skirt round it and then drop down to Stone Arthur. Yeah, there's Heron Pike Summit. As you can see, I've come down off there. So yeah, I've made the decision. I'm heading round to Stone Arthur. I'll get the tent pitched up round there. It's about 200 metres lower down, so hopefully the wind shouldn't be as strong up there. Like I say, I was going to go down that way in the morning, so it's just a shorter route back to the car in the morning. Yeah, I'll get Heron Pike another time, with all the time in the world. I'm enjoying this today, like. Been a nice walk out. I think all in all, when I get back to the van tomorrow, I think it'll be in about 5 miles. You alright there? Hey. Yeah, I'm sort of halfway between Heron Pike and Great Rigg now, just in the little dip, and the wind has dropped considerably here, so by the time I get down to Stone Arthur, I nearly forgot the name of it, it should be fine. Right, I'm not too far from Stone Arthur now. Stone Arthur's just down there. But on the way down, I've come across this spot here, nice and flat, behind these big rocks here. But unfortunately, they face in the direction of the wind. The wind is blowing in from a southeasterly direction, so the wind's coming straight on to those rocks, which means my tent's going to get a battering. And it's not too far from the path either, so people walking past, either coming down or coming up in the morning. Anyway, I've had another look around and I found another little spot just down here, just out the way. I'll show you if I can find out where it's at. There it is. There's my bag there. So just in this little dip down here, this spot here, I should get my tent pitched here. So yeah, I'm in a little dip. The wind's still coming in from this direction, but I'm going to put my foot end of my tent into that direction, which means my door is going to be looking out onto this, which is a westerly direction. The sun sets in the west, just directly over here, so I'll be looking straight out onto the sunset tonight. But looking round, you've got Alcock Tarn down there, where we walked up to earlier. You've got Lake Windermere. You've got, I think that's Coniston, Grasmere. It's absolutely spot on. We can even see across to Eastdale Tarn as well, over there in the distance. I don't know if you can see that, because it is very hazy. But yeah, not a bad spot this at all. Just tucked out the way. I'm going to give it another half hour or so before I put it up, because I'm just going to check the time. It's 4:45 now, so I might give it another half hour to 3/4 of an hour before I put it up, just to make sure everyone's gone by, and then we'll sit and have some crack. Right, I think I've seen the last of everyone. Just had another walk up here to see if anyone's coming down off High Rigg. I can't see anybody. There's nobody coming up from Stone Arthur, so yeah, I'm going to put my tent up. Well, that's the tent pitch there now. I'll give you a quick look around. Go that for a pitch. My doors are here. That's where the sun's going to go down. Absolutely beautiful, but yeah, I'll give you the 360 round it. Look at that. Awesome, eh? I have managed. I nearly tripped out of the guy line. Managed to get the foot end pointing directly into the wind. So, and as you can see, I'm in the hilly berg. Probably the best one-person tent on the market. A lot of people try and slate it, but crack on. This is the black label version, so made out of the 18 Curlon material, 10mm DAC poles, solid as a rock, that tent. Yeah, it's a beauty, and it's mine. I love that tent. I've got 3 tents. I've got that hilly berg. I've got the Fjallraven Abisko Light 1. I do like that tent as well. But the hilly berg seems to have a lot more space compared to the Fjallraven. Definitely has a lot more headroom. And I've also got the first tent I ever bought, which was the MSR Elixir 2. So I've got that, but I'm telling a lie, it wasn't the first tent I bought. I did have a Van Gogh Banshee 200. I didn't even get to use that and I sold it. But no, I love this tent. Expensive, but that's what it costs for quality, innit? World class tent by a world class company. Anyway, I'm going to say about getting some of my gear put in, and I might crack one of me non-alcoholic cans open, because I'm still off the drink. Yeah, this is me going into my 3rd month now, so, and I'm not really missing it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'll have one of them now, I think. Oh, what a day, man. Anyway, I'm going to get a can. Let's give this a try. Probably because I dropped it. That's nice and refreshing. Just what you need after a nice walk.
Beautiful this though, innit? Tell you what, mind, this is the first time the weather forecast has been right in a long time. But when I set off work walking this morning, the weather forecast was right with the sunshine, but there was no wind. Anyway, I got talking to a couple who just come down from Heron Pike, and had a bit chit chat and that. And I says, "Oh, it's very windy on top," and they were like, "No, there's nothing." Anyway, when I got up there, it was, as you saw earlier on the anemometer, we had gusts of 36 mile an hour. Hence, that's why I've come down to just above Stone Arthur. But yeah, the weather forecast predicted that 25 mile an hour with 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts, and it was right for a change. So, well done Met Office, well done MWIS. I've got a new bit of kit to try tonight now. Hey, well, I'm going to have this, and I'm going to think about getting my gear put in the tent. It's 10 to 5 now, so sunset is at 6 o'clock, so I've got another hour for that. Might see if I can get a little bit of time lapse for that. Aye, I'm going to have this and get sorted. Right, that's all the gear in the tent. I'll show you what I've got. I haven't brought the closed cell foam mat tonight, so it's just the Thermarest Neo X Therm mat. Mountain equipment, Helium 600 sleeping bag. The large Seat to Summit Aeros pillow. I've got my little Seat to Summit closed cell foam sit pad. Rucksack's down there. I've got my Osprey little pack there with all my food in, which we'll go through in a minute. The brain off my bag with various items in. My electrics there. Got me batteries for my camera on charge. Down the bottom there, I've got my waterproof jacket. My waterproof trousers are still in my rucksack. I've got a bag with my down jacket in. I've got a bag with my nightwear in. So, moving on to food, let's see what we've got in my bag. Some hot and spicy refrigerators. Peppered steak slice by Ginsters. From the evening meal, I've come back to the real Termat. This is the reindeer stew. So I've had that before and they're really nice. I've got a couple of squashed Bakewell slices by Mr. Kipling. Ooh. Couple of brunch bars for breakfast in the morning. Some Taylor's coffee bags. I've got the hot lava Java, and I've got the Flying Start. I'm looking forward to having them. And yes, got some hot chocolate, but the reason why I'm saying yes, I've remembered me milk. Get in there. What else is in here? The Yorkie! Get in there. Nice cup of coffee later and the good old-fashioned Yorkie bar. Solid as a rock on a beautiful evening. Oh yes, you better believe it. Proper old school. And that's it. So, I'm going to lash all that back in there because I like to keep a tidy ship when I'm out camping. So I'll lash all that gear in there. As you've seen earlier, I've had a can of my non-alcoholic beer. I've got another one left here, so I'll have that later on. I might have that with my evening meal, and then a couple of coffees. I've got water as well, so spot on. Right, brought the old Yeti mug with us, so spot on purchase that. I'm gonna keep my feet on this because I was sat out on it earlier, and when I stepped up and I forgot I was sitting on it, and I turned around and thought, shit, where's my Mac gone? It blew halfway down the hill, so I had to run down and get it. Hey lord. So yeah, I'll leave that inside just while I'm sat on my sleeping bag and mat. Yeah, my view out the tent door tonight, looking down onto Helm Crag there, and Gibson Knot, Calf Crag, Eastdale Tarns down there, and then looking over onto the horizon, you can see Bowfell, which is there, that's Bowfell there, and then just there, that's the Crinkles. Absolutely awesome. Oh, we'll have a walk down to Stone Arthur. Don't know if you can make out the tent up there amongst the rocks. Class little spot that. Look at that, man. I'll have a look down here and then I'll put the camera on time lapse. Awesome, man. Looking class. Yeah, off the seat sandal there. I thought this was Stone Arthur here, but it's right down there. I'm not going all the way down there to walk all the way back up. No. We'll catch that in the morning. Right, I'm going to go back up anyway. I'm going to put the camera on time lapse. Well, that's me changing to me nighttime gear. Down jacket, merino wool top, a fresh fleece. I've put my merino leggings on, but I haven't brought me down trousers. I've just put my walking trousers back on. And I'll take them back off later when I get into my sleeping bag. And I've got some double line socks on. But I'm just watching the sun go down here. Absolutely awesome. I'll flick you around. Looking awesome, eh? Class. What a night. Right, earlier on I said I've got some new kit. Well, that new kit is to do with my cook system. I've been buying my first alcohol stove, and I'm getting it from Wildside Adventures. This is their Featherlight 700 stove, and on their website for the kit it has a net weight of 144 grams. So I'll show you what's inside this. You get the little Torx bag there. You get the Torx 700ml pot. Take the lid off. I've just put a bit of tissue in there. You get the burner, which has, I think, ceramic wool in it, which soaks up the alcohol. You get a fuel bottle for putting your fuel in. Now, on their website, the standard kit comes with a 60 milliliter bottle, or you can change it. I've gone for the 120 milliliter bottle. And then here you've got the windbreak, which is a titanium windshield, and this folds up into a cone to balance your pot on. I'll demonstrate that later when I set it all up and make myself a brew. But yeah, all in 144 grams net weight. Now I'm guessing that's without the bag and with an empty bottle. Now I weighed my net weight with the 125 milliliter bottle comes in at 166 grams. My gross weight with the full bottle and the bag all in is 271 grams. My old stove, which I use the gas with the GSI minimalist pot and the MSR WinPro stove, that all came in with a gross weight of 677 grams. So in total, switching to this stove, I'm saving nearly 400 grams in my pack weight. Now the only downside with this stove is the boil time. I think it was 500 ml of water, and I think it took around about 8 minutes compared to a gas stove, which will probably boil the same in about 2 minutes or something. But yeah, cracking bit of kit this. I have tried it at home. I boiled some water at home just to try it out because I didn't want to get caught short when I set up the rail. But no, it's the first alcohol stove I've had, so I'm pleased with it. Just looking outside here, the colours in the sky are absolutely awesome. Look at this. Looking absolutely stunning. Well, I think I'm going to set that stove up now and knock my cellar brew up, and then I'll have to think about making me food because I'm getting a little bit hungry now as well. Aye, let's get sorted. Yeah, this is a little bit fiddly to set up, but like that. And then you've got to join the two bits together. Now that I'm recording, it will probably take forever you watch. Yeah, you've got to alternate the joins, so you've got starting at the where we are at the writing, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Spot on. So that's the cone set up. You got the little cutout there for your pot to go in. So stick that on there. Open the burner, that's the burner there. Now it says you need about 30 ml of fuel. So that's 125, so it'll be like roughly a quarter of that. So pour that onto there. some water in my pot first. What I'll do is I'll measure it out into my cup and then pour it in. Right, that'll do. Down there for now. So we'll add this to the pot, like so. Fold handles out there. That's it, handles folded out. Been buying the new sort of lighter there as well. Stick that out, put that in there. Where you gone? So that's it there. Drop your pan in. Lid on, that's it. Sorted. Like I say, it takes roughly about 8 minutes or so. The other thing is I've got like an old plastic chopping board on the bottom of my tent, and I've got a soldering mat just so I don't burn the bottom of the tent or the footprint. Yeah. Ooh, coffee bag there in the pot. Rubbish bag. Yeah, torch on. The old Phoenix head torch. There's a nut there. Just keep that in a zipper bag there, just in case it leaks. Thing with this stove though, at least you won't have the same problem that you have with gas in the winter months, where the gas cools right down and the pressure inside the canister reduces and your gas is all sluggish, isn't it? The other thing I was thinking about there is I'll have to watch myself getting in and out this Hillyberg tent, because the stabiliser strap there, it's about that wide, and I'll have to be careful that I don't trip over it. Aye, proper trip hazard that, innit? I'll have to be extremely careful. There you go. That's that boiling now. So I'll knock up me brew. Oh. And the thing with this stove, right? What you do is lift it out and then just blow it out. Sorted. We measure the water out into the cup. It's exactly right. Leave that a couple of minutes to brew. I just stuck that back in my boot to balance it. Well, that's my brew done there now, so just tea bag a final squeeze. Bag. An Alcock Tarn coffee. Get in there. Hot spicy refrigerators. I'll have these as my starter. some of you that are regular to my channel, you'll have noticed something different about me walking today. I was actually using trekking poles for a change. In all the years that I've been walking, which I think I started in 2015, so 10 years ago, in all that time I've never used trekking poles. I've always walked unaided and never had any problems. But I thought, I'm nearly 52 years old, carrying heavy rucksacks up fells and going down the next morning on steep hills. I thought, I don't want to really injure myself or knock my knees up, so I thought I'd buy some trekking poles and give them a try. So today, other than messing on in the house with them, today was the first time I've ever used a trekking pole. So I'll have probably look like Bambi on stilts or something. But all joke aside, if I'm going to give me honest opinion, I used to always laugh at people with trekking poles. Just didn't get them, and that was until today, to be honest with you. So yeah, it took a little bit getting used to, and at times I thought they were a little bit of a hindrance, especially when you're messing on with the camera and that. But when I first set off, I kept catching me legs with them, tripping myself out with them. But all in all, they did the job that they intended for. And when I was walking on the flat, they were propelling us forward. I felt as though I had a little bit more energy. Going uphill, it's like you've got 4 legs, isn't it? You've got your normal 2 legs, and then you've got your arms, which are like legs, aren't they? And I seem to motor along a lot better. And then coming downhill, I've been watching all the technique on how to use them correctly on YouTube and that. Coming down, yeah, it eased my knees. I could feel it. I felt absolutely spot on. However, I did still end up on my backside, nearly smashing my arm because my hand was stuck in the strap. Hey, I should have gotten that on camera, shouldn't I? I think another few times out with them. It's all practice, isn't it? I think I will benefit from them. The other thing that I bought them for is because for the summer months I'm possibly going to buy a trekking pole tent. So yeah, I've joined the trekking pole gang. Hey, well, I think I'll put this stove back on, boil some water for me rail termite meal, because I am getting a bit hungry now, even though I've just had those chicken bite things. Yeah, right, I'm going to lash it on, get sorted. Well, that's my food prepared. The old reindeer stew there. Give it a try. I've had it before, so I don't even know why I'm saying give it a try, because I've had it before. As usual, absolutely spot on. If you've never tried the rail termite meals, give them a go, and I highly recommend the reindeer stew. It's absolutely spot on. Anyway, I'm going to have my second can of the night. This one is the Wingman alcohol free session IPA. Just the small cans as well. Spot on. Right, I'm gonna have this, have me can, and we'll have a big crack later. See you for now. Hey, well, I've just been chilling for the last hour after finishing me food. Still got me little can left. Yeah, been cracking on to one of my pals. He's camped up on Glencathra. Oh, just while I'm on, the other week there when I was at Arneson Crag and I bailed it, and then I went back up and camped on it again. The week when I bailed it, I got like I said, I got talking to a couple of lads, Big Al Outdoors. I've watched a few of his videos now, and they absolutely spot on. And then the other guy that was with him, Butchie Boy Adventures, they all get out together, and there's normally maybe 4 or 5 of them, and they all just seem daft as a brush like. I am hoping to get out with them some point, even if it's just for a hike. But both their channels is absolutely fantastic, so check them both out. They both like their hiking, wild camping. Butchie Boy has his camper van, gets out with his missus and the grandbairn, but just loves being outside. So if that's your sort of thing as well, why not give both of them a check out? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll leave a link to their channels in the description of this video. Brilliant lads, really nice, really friendly. So yeah, Butchie Boy Adventures and Big Al Outdoors, cracking channels. Hey, well, I'm going to finish this, and then I don't even think I fancy a coffee, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit tired. I've been up since time to get up this morning, 5:30. I got up, and then all week I'm up at 4:45 for work. It does start to creep up on you over the weekend, but I'm going to have to get up early in the morning anyway. I think sunrise, I think it's either 22 or 10 to 7. So I may get up at 5:30 again, get sorted round, see if we get a sunrise, and then get packed up and make my way back down to the van and get home. And then get sorted again for another week at work. I've got quite a bit to do tomorrow because the missus is away. She's down at Birmingham NEC for Crufts with work. So I thought I'd just get out for a camp. Oh, that wind's not letting up. Like, it's definitely not as bad as it was up on Heron Pike earlier. Jesus Christ, definitely made the right choice coming down a little bit lower. I think here we now, I think I'm at about 450 metres or 500 metres or something like that. But up there, I think it was 600 metres or something, 621 metres. That extra 100 metres has made a difference, like, unless it's calmed down up there. Now I don't know, because I'm not there. Yeah, I like that new stove. I will have to be careful with it. Like, what I didn't tell you, the second time I boiled it for me food, I actually unclipped my footprint, pulled it back, because, like I said, I've got it on an old bit of plastic chopping board, and I've got some soldering mat under it, and it must generate quite a lot of heat, because it had gone through the soldering mat, it had actually warped the little chopping board, and the bottom of the footprint felt warm. I thought, hi, I'm not chancing that burning that. That's 80 quid for a footprint. Thought, nah. So I just unclipped it and pulled it back. What I might have to do is try and maybe coat my little chopping board in some foil and see if that makes a difference. I'll do a few experiments at home to try it out. So I don't want to be messing on pulling the footprint back every time. Back to the drawing board with that one. It wasn't like boiling that was going to sort of melt the footprint, but you can't be too careful, can you? The stove itself for boiling water, it's absolutely fantastic. So, like I say, if you like your dehydrated meals and just drinking your coffee, that's ideal. But if you're going to do any serious cooking, I would probably still use gas, like. So, right, I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna get sorted around for bed. Because, like I say, I am tired. Right, I'm all ready for bed now. I've been out and brushed my teeth. I've had a wee. I've took my down jacket off and my fleece and everything off, so I've just got my merino layers on. I'm in my sleeping bag. It's 10:25, and I'm going to get my head down because I've set the alarm clock for 5:30 in the morning, because sunrise, if we get one, is 20 to 7. So I like to be up a good hour at least, just to get myself sorted round. And anyway, it's been a fantastic day, fantastic walk. It's a shame I didn't get to camp up on Heron Pike, but I'm still out and I've enjoyed this camp equally. So until in the morning, I'll bid you good night. See you in the morning. Well, good morning. It's nearly 20 to 6. I did have my alarm clock set for 5:30, but I woke up before it, so I've getting up, I've getting changed, put a few things away, and I'm going to make myself a brew. and then hopefully go out and see if we can get it, see if we have a sunrise this morning. Still pitch black at the minute. No, last night I had a decent night's sleep. I think I only woke up once to go to the toilet, but other than that, everything was spot on. Wind's never let up all night either, but it hasn't been too much of a problem, to be honest with you. But no, I was warm enough, even though I didn't bring me down trousers. So yeah, spring is here. Spring is in the air. Right, I'm going to put this stove on and knock a brew up and have my cereal bars. Happy Sunday morning, everybody. Tremendous brew that. Well, I've just came out to see if we're going to get a sunrise, and looking directly over here, that's Rydal Fell, and that's directly where the sun should rise. So you can see the colours in the sky, it's looking promising. Just looking round here, there's Heron Pike and the Heron Pike North top where we came up yesterday. We walked along all of that. Yeah, it's looking nice. Yeah, I'm going to set the camera up on time lapse and see if we can catch the sun rising. What a morning. Right, that's everything packed away in the tent there now. Got a few things to pack away there. The bag's over there. So I'm going to drop the tent now. I'm not going to record myself doing this. You've seen us do this plenty of times before. So what I will do though, I'll leave you some photographs to look at and some time-lapse footage. Well, I hope you enjoyed that footage. Right, that's the tent taken down, as you can see. Just flattened grass. Check the area over. Make sure I've left no pegs and rubbish. Leave it as I found it, and that's the way it should be. Leave no trace. I tell you what, mind, I must add, taking the tent down in nice weather has been an absolute pleasure. And as far as condensation goes in a four-season tent, I didn't have one little bit of condensation, and that's all down to the weather conditions. With the wind, brings the airflow through the tent, eliminates the condensation. My tent is bone dry this morning, other than being a little bit damp on the on the footprint where it's been in contact with the ground, but that'll sharp dry off when I get home. No, it's been great. I've got all the guy lines wrapped up and everything. Spot on. Ah, look at this, man. Anyway, rucksack's down here. Gonna get on my back and get down off the fell. Yeah, I really enjoyed that camp last night. But anyway, all good things have got to come to an end, haven't they? On the way down, I think we'll get tapped out on Stone Arthur. Okay, he went away. What a morning. Yeah, beautiful. Yep, spring's definitely in the air. So here we are, top of Stone Arthur, 504 metres. Absolutely spot on. The views down here, down into Grasmere. Beautiful. Yep. Right. I'm gonna get cracked on now and get back down to the van. On the last video I put out, where I said I bailed on Stone Arthur, that there was where I was going to camp. If it hadn't been clagged in, this has been the views. Right down there. Can you drop off that in it? I can see the van still there down in the lay-by. Spot on. Yeah, you don't always need to get high up to get the views, do you? Just looking back up there to where we came from. What an absolutely glorious morning. Stunning. Just looking at over there where we started yesterday. Alcock Tarn. Just make out the path down there. That's the pathway we took up to Alcock Tarn yesterday. Fantastic little walk that. Just looking down here, there's an old bridge down there. Looks as though it's barriered off though. And then you can see the new bridge, I presume, where we crossed over yesterday. The old bridge will probably still outlive the new bridge, I bet. Looking over towards Grasmere there, the lake. Looks like glass, it's that still. Yeah, when you're coming down these stone steps, you've got to be really careful because some of them are wet and slippy, and the last thing you want is to be going over on your backside on these. Right, back to where we started yesterday. I'm not too far away from the van, so I'm going to wrap this video up. Absolutely awesome camp last night. The weather was absolutely spot on, so well done to the guys that forecast the weather. Absolutely brilliant camp. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, or if you want to get notifications when new videos come out, then why not subscribe? Anyway, I'm going to get back to the van, get this gear off and get myself away home. So get yourself outdoors, stay safe and leave no trace, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra for now.